Hello again. This is Help64, and we're going to be doing another game of Creeper World 3. Today we are going to actually get into the anti-creep, which is the greatest opponent of the creeper. So let's get into the world. Now this one, I did try this one, I started trying this one just to make sure that it was possible. Because as you notice, the ore, which is what creates the anti-creep, is all kind of in the same area as the actual creep generators. So this one's not going to be as easy as the last one. It's also kind of separated by a nice chasm, which will give us a, I think we should be able to get across with relays, which will nope, never mind. We can't get across with relays. So, yeah, we'll maybe see the guppies, or, yeah, we'll probably see the guppies in this one. Or we'll just kind of do a split push. So the first things first, we need to lay down our orbitals. And in this one, since we have more space and more spread out space, we're going to have to actually separate them out a bit more. I want to eventually connect these two together, so the two on this island. I'll see if I can connect this third one, but most likely it's not going to be easy, if possible at all. Okay, so I'll build up my base, and as I'm building it up, we'll kind of talk about some of the things we went over last time, and yeah, so again, collectors, they are one of the biggest sources of energy. Energy is what creates the packets for building and also for weapons and other necessary things. Okay. Again, collectors can only collect on the same level of the topographical map. They can't collect anything from above or below. The white rectangle or white circle around them, that's how we know how much area they cover, and we want to make sure we're covering as much as possible. And again, just kind of for the setup, I'll want to allow for as much coverage as possible, and then I'll deactivate some of these as we go along. Yeah, this map will have plenty of energy. It's a really large map as opposed to the last one, so energy is not going to be a problem at all. Okay, some of the other things we probably get involved with is relays. Again, packets have to kind of go through these connecting lines, and for something so big, for a map so big, we'd want to actually connect with relays as well, because relays speed up the packets, which allows for the cannons and mortars and stuff like that to more quickly get the stuff out on the front lines. So we'll actually be using relays in this map. Pretty close, but we'll do it anyway. We will be using four weapons this time. So last time we just used cannons and mortars, but this time we'll actually do the sprayers as well. And the sprayers are what actually generate the anti-creep from the ore. Okay, we still won't be doing anything else besides those. For the buildings, I'll also probably do a terp, just to kind of show it off. I won't necessarily do anything crazy with it in this map, but I will show it off. We still won't be using the forge. We'll go over that in the next video. So yeah, again, we just have to create the base as best as we can and get as much coverage so that the energy is good. Actually, I probably went a bit too far, but we'll see. At this point, I'll probably want to build some cannons here, 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 and here. Since we have this creep spawner right here, it'll be fairly close, but I think we should be okay with that. Most likely I'll lose these first two lines, but you know, doesn't matter too much. And I am a perfectionist, but when it comes to this, I don't care as much, just because unless it's perfectly terraformed, you won't have the best kind of collector coverage. Again, if everything was on the same level, I could actually get everything kind of collected perfectly, wouldn't have to worry about any kind of overlapping issues or anything like that. But since collectors are really cheap, it doesn't matter that much. So even if I put in a lot more, it really doesn't matter that much. So let's go. And here I'm going to be a little bit more crazy with this. I want to make sure that I have enough energy to fight back on this side. Just because the ore is down here, I will be a little bit more forward with that. I did test it out. I should be able to defend it, but we'll just make sure just a little bit. Okay. So again, the building blocks are called packets. Packets have to follow these lines. There are different types of packets. There's the building packets, there's the weapon energy packets, there are the energy packets that power these special things here. And they each have different colors, gray, green. Grays for building, greens for charging the special items on the map. Red is for weapon energy. And then there's the ore packets, which are brown. And then blue is the anti-creep, which we'll actually see this time. All the other packets we saw in the last round. So it's just really the blue ones that'll be kind of new. And over doing it just because I don't necessarily need to worry too much. As soon as I have enough energy, it doesn't matter how many of these I have, they build really quickly. So it's really okay. If I was going to build a ton of reactors or something that costs more, then it would be an issue. But again, these cost 5 packets, which is not a lot of energy. And especially if I start, you know, really getting some of these kind of sections cleared up, filled up with collectors, then I'm really not going to be worried too much about energy. There's that. That'll probably need it. Okay, and that's probably actually too far. But we'll see. Okay. Again, we'll put some relays in. Just to speed things up a little bit. Now, if a packet is going on in a relay from one end to the other, then it's faster, but if it's going from a collector to a relay, then it's slower. So I want to make sure that I have quite a number of kind of input points so that they're all connected and allowed to flow as fast as possible. One right there, one right there, one right there, and one right there, and one right there. Okay. Now it's time for some cannons. So since this is at a higher level, this one will have to fill up this entire kind of lake right here, then fill up this lake right here, and then finally fill up this area before it can even get close to my base that I have built so far. So I'm not too worried about building out this far. These should be fine still as well, but we'll see. Okay, now this is actually going to be the harder one. Put the cannon close. So I'll need collectors as best as I can. And I know, it's definitely not perfect. Could definitely be more effective with these, but I also want to actually get started. So let's deactivate that one and that one. That'll leave two, I think, close. And this one we'll definitely want to deactivate a lot of these relays to start with. We don't want them to be started before we get kind of an energy glut. We'll actually probably start heading towards the upper corners first. That should allow for a little bit better of a area, and then we can start moving out from there. Okay, and I want to fix my settings so I can actually move around the map easier. And this one I actually want to go the opposite way. I want to head out towards the front. Rather than the back. Should be fine. Let's actually deactivate here. Here. We'll deactivate that one at first. And we'll probably want to make some relays on this side. Okay. Cool. And deactivate. Activate and deactivate. Okay. So with that, there should only be two places where each of these are connected, which will make pausing and unpausing very simple. Okay, let's get started. And as we go, we'll have to kind of stop and start it over and over again. Okay, so the orbitals have landed. One. I thought I deactivated you. I must have screwed up. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's going to be the 5th one for each of them. Oh, this one has more coming out. That one doesn't. Right? Yeah, so I missed 2 here. Deactivate these 2 for now. And that one's finished, and that one's finished, okay. Which means this one should now be finished. So let's activate this. 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 Activate, activate. This one just doesn't want to only have those, okay. So I'll have to come back to that one in just a little bit. And I need to get this cannon up quickly, so I'll be letting that one activate first. Activate. You. Almost finished with some of these, okay. Activate those. Okay. I want to get another cannon up quickly as well. One cannon should be able to hold off, but it's better to be safer than sorry. Okay. Now, that's moving along quickly. These are coming along as well. Let me activate this one and this one. And that should do it for those. I'll have to really watch over this one. Okay, perfect. That one's finished. Oh, this one a lot faster than I thought it would, which is fine. I mean, again, I still have quite a bit of space, topographical map. So this is the lowest point, and then this crater will have to fill in before it can actually get to any of these cannons that I've built up. I mean, it is coming down here as well, but I should have enough time. We'll watch it. We'll watch it. Okay, now let's activate some more of these. This one should actually be in a good place now. Same with this one. I shouldn't need to hold it back as much. At first it'll be a little bit difficult, but it'll get over it fairly quickly, I think. Activate. I might as well activate these 2. I'm just moving this one over a little bit more so that it has a little bit better coverage. Okay. Yep, lost those collectors, which is fine. Definitely going to need more energy, so might as well build up while I have the chance. Okay, there shouldn't be too much left for this thing. You're going well. It's definitely nice energy coverage so far. Again, everything that's green is being collected by collectors. Okay, so now that I have a fairly good amount, I'm actually going to build a few more collectors here. Ooh. That'd be nice if I could actually get these connected. That would be really helpful. But we'll see. And it's time to start getting the ore collector. Need one more cannon probably right here. Okay, this is going well still. This is getting there. It'll be a little bit more kind of, there'll be more startup here, but it should be okay. I'm keeping up with kind of everything. Everything's looking good so far. And I'm losing collectors over here, but I don't care too much. I kind of expected that. I wasn't watching where the kind of creep was starting and everything as well as I should have. But that's okay. And I still don't want to activate it from this side because this side is having the most issues with energy. As soon as I get close from here, then I can actually activate those again. But again, I just want to hold off until they're fully connected. Oh, looks like the ore refinery is done, which means it's time to get the sprayer. Now again, the sprayer, it has multiple options. I like the always on option. It's always fun for me to see the kind of creep just continuously, anti-creep continuously just kind of spawning out there. Okay, let's move this up here. Again, cannons can shoot from higher to lower, but not from lower to higher. So it's always a good idea to have them at a higher elevation. Okay. And this side looks like it's almost completed. It should be fairly well covered as soon as those cannons are built. But we'll see. Just kind of adding in a little bit more of a relay just to make sure that that's everything's fine. This side looks good too. We should be able to kind of get this area cleared up as well. We'll just add it in. Okay. Okay, and so what those achievements or these things are for was there were those little things that were here and there. Again, we'll go over those in detail later. But for now, it just means that I collected them. Okay, wow, this side's doing fairly well. Let me actually add in 2 more cannons. Because my energy is now pretty much keeping up. And this side is completely ready. So I will be moving these things forward. And adding another relay. Anything else? I'll actually add a cannon in there. A mortar there. And this blue, which is a tealer color, that is the actual anti-creep. And that right there, that blue packet, you kind of see it going to it. That is the anti-creep packet. Okay. And so yeah, anti-creep is a little different than energy. It's only harvested from those certain areas. And because of that, it's much more kind of rare. And requires much more attention to how much you're using. Like if you actually care about it. I use it more for as a weapon of kind of how do I say it? I use it more as a weapon of convenience. It's very helpful for protecting buildings. Remember, if you remember last time, I mentioned that a lot of these buildings, like collectors and things like that, after one hit of the creep, they're gone. They're just instantly destroyed. But if you have them kind of flooded with anti-creep, then you can actually protect them a little bit better. So I like to use them in that way. It's also fun to kind of flood the map with it because, you know, it's kind of like you're fighting back with your own creeper. Okay. Weapons. As soon as these two connect, which should be very shortly. Okay, they've connected. So now these two are actually sharing their energy, which is great news because whereas I didn't have much to start with on bottom one, I now have quite a bit, 37, it looks like. Okay. And again, I'm just kind of cleaning up the places that I missed with the collectors before. Now this one should be a little bit quicker, even though it's a bigger map. Since I did take this really forward position, I should be able to get the nullifiers out a lot quicker. Don't want to move that one since that one is actually pushing back a little bit. I don't want to move too many too quickly. Otherwise I could cause my collectors to have issues. This one I'll start moving forward as well. Need a few more mortars if I actually want to push back. Again, just to make sure that I get there as quickly as possible, I need to build up some more relays. So I need to be there. Got it. And as you can see, the anti-creep is doing a nice job of just kind of keeping everything safe. Since it's always on, it's just always continuously generating more of the stuff for me. And I should be close enough shortly for the first one. Okay, cool. Nullifiers in place. Actually speed things up. ×4. Okay, first nullifier is done. Creep is going to start becoming easier to deal with. Move this in there to help clear out the creep that's already there. Now, one fun thing we can do, now that we have this, we can actually put the anti-creep on there. Now those circles, again, they improve whatever's put inside, and they make things more efficient. So for the same amount of energy or anti-creep, they can do a lot more. These forward, move this forward. I shouldn't need to worry about this side of the map anymore. The creep will slowly catch up. I mean, could be completely removed. Now I did see that one of my collectors was destroyed. It is a little worrisome, but should be okay. I'm just slowly pushing the creep back. Point that I can nullify these other ones. Okay. So these ones aren't doing anything. Push them forward. And this one should be the next one to fall. Okay. Fire, where do I need to get it? Right there, it's going to be the best. Okay. Now let's move these ones in a little bit further. Another one bites the dust. I want to move a mortar in here. There we go. Nullifier. Close. There. Okay. That side is done now. So, just need to get this side. Since it's done, we can start moving these over here. And let's actually talk about the guppy at this point. So what the guppy is it is a kind of a cargo plane, if you will. It takes stuff from one side from one place to another. So what I'm going to use it for is this side has ore on it, but the other side does not. So in order to kind of rectify that a little bit, I have to use a guppy to transport it since the relay doesn't work. At least I don't think the relay will work. All of you, come over here. Okay. It's time to go for a trip. So now they're over here. They're carrying anti-creep in them. Eventually, that sprayer gets over there, which it is now. It's actually going to send the anti-creep to the sprayer. And then once it runs out, they come back and they will fill up again and then going continuously over and over again. Now something fun you can do with these guppies, well, again, with any building can be built on these. And so notice how fast they're moving right now. So these ones are moving at a certain speed, and they have a certain amount inside of them. When I put them on these, they're filling up a lot more than they would if they were just normal. So within the span of time that these come back and go over again, these are still filling up. And so this one's about to go again. But this one is still filling up, still filling up, still filling up. And so it's going now. This one's almost full. Great. Do I have any more? Or nope, that's it. Okay. So this one's almost finished. I want you to kind of see the difference between these ones and the one that's been kind of souped up on steroids. just a little bit faster. Just slightly. And it has like 5 times the amount or even more than the other ones did. So it's very, very helpful. It's nullifier. Oh, cool. Should be able to get that one nullified. So that one's nullified. I can move everything else forward quite a bit. Okay. That's gonna die if I left it too long. That's the problem with running it at 4 times speed, is really hard to make the determination when something's gonna be destroyed. I actually need some more mortars. Oh, I have plenty over here. almost done. Well, we're waiting for those to push things back. Some more of these forward. And we'll go over the terp. Okay, so as soon as you build the terp, you'll notice I now have an option for terraform. And so what I can do with this is I can have a brush size. I can change it in any multiple of kind of the primes. So I can have a 3x3 grid, 5x5, 7x7, and 9x9. And then I tell it how high or how low I want the terrain. For the most part, when I do this, I actually want 10x10. And what it does is it just kind of goes along and slowly but surely builds up the land. It tries to keep everything equal and even as it goes on. So that's just kind of what the terraformer does, the terp does. It's really helpful in some maps when you have to kind of build up a wall or something to protect yourself against the creep. And it's also really fun to build up so that you can kind of make the entire map flat, so that you can just put collectors all the way across. Okay, and with that, I win. Thank you again for watching. This one was a little bit longer, and sorry there wasn't as much to say about this. But yeah, if you enjoyed it, I'm glad. Thanks for watching.